Hi, so in this video, we will learn how to synchronize the data with multiple tables. And this is a kind of data we experience many times in our real life scenarios, where we have the list of order, where we have the customer ID, the product ID, the size of the product, and the quantity purchased, right? You will notice one thing that we have a same product ID but has multiple sizes with the same product ID, right? And this is the key, right? This is the key that is the reference table for us, where we have the list of all the products, their product name, and the sizes. You will notice that the same product has a multiple sizes and they do have the separate prices, right? Similarly, this is the list of customer where each customer is having a unique ID. This table is a single criteria table where we have customer ID and the customer name, while this product table is a multiple criteria scenario where we have the same product ID but the multiple sizes. So if we just look up this product ID, then this will not work because the size can vary. So it's a multiple criteria search and it's a single criteria search. And if we look into the order sheet, we have the customer ID, product ID, size, and the quantity. That means we can fetch the customer name, product ID, their prices, and we can find the total amount against each product by this quantity to get the final total of each customer, right? Moreover, these customers are not in order as well, means this list is not in an order format. Similarly, the order ID, the product ID are also not in order. Their sizes are not in order. So we have to fetch the information from this reference table. How we can do that? We have to create some extra column next to this. So please note, when we will be working, we will never work on our reference tables. Our reference table will always remain intact. Yes, the table which has all the keys being used. For example, the product ID is a key, the customer ID is a key, and the size is a key, right? So this is a table where all the keys are being used. We will use this table to complete our information. So what we will need, see, this is not easy to remember. Okay, this ID pertain to which customer, so we must need a customer name here. So we'll type customer name. Similarly, we don't know what is the name of this product, so we will type the product name, right? Moreover, each product is having a multiple sizes and multiple sizes having a different prices, so we will fetch a price as well. So we will need a column of price, and eventually we will need a column that's give us the total amount, which is the amount column, right? So these are the missing columns. I can just improve my formatting by selecting the area and apply the border, right? Now we have to fetch the customer name in order to synchronize our this table with both of these reference table. What we can do, we will start our formula with equal sign and type Vlookup, right? Vlookup, it's asking for the lookup value. In our case, the lookup value is the customer ID, right? Then press comma, then it's asking for which table we have this customer ID in. Then we will go in the key sheet and select column H and I. This is in my case, it can vary at your case as well. Whichever columns have the customer ID should be your first column when you are starting your table selection. So I just selected column H and I because my starting column is column H, which contain all the IDs. Then I will press F4. It will apply the dollars next to each letter of the table, and then we'll press comma, and then it's asking me which is the column number. So from where you have selected your table reference, which is H and I, so H is your first column and the customer name is your second column. I need to lick my data in the first column and I need to fetch the information from the second column. So the column I'm interested to get the value is the column 2. Then I'll press comma, and it's asking for the range lookup. It will always be 0 by default. Then you'll close the bracket and hit enter. So now you get the value that the customer name is John. You can copy this, or you can just put your cursor at the corner. You will see this plus sign and you can drag it down till the last, right? Either you can copy and paste it below, or you can drag it down. It's solely up to you how you would like to use it. So in this column I just drag it down. In the next column I will copy and paste, so you can see both example in front of you. Now in the column F I need to fetch the product name. In order to fetch the product name, I will press the equal sign and again type VLOOKUP. This time my lookup ID is my product ID. Then I press comma. Now it's asking for the table array. So my table array should start from the product ID. So now I'll go on the key sheet, and this is the table from which I have to fetch this product name. Please note, each product ID has the same product name, so we don't need a multiple criteria here. So we can simply select column A and B because this is the column that I'm interested in. So after selecting A and B, I'll press F4 to freeze my cells. It will apply dollar next to each letter. Press comma. Is asking which column you're interested. I said I'm interested in product name, which is column B. So press 2, press comma, and then 0 by default, and close the bracket and enter. So it's give me the product name. Now I can right click and copy it. Then I select from start till the end, right click and paste, right? And then press escape to clear out the selection. So from first product till the last, I fetch all the product name. Now this is time to fetch the prices. Now prices are not just based on this product ID, but also based on the sizes. We cannot only look up the size because each product has same sizes, right? So it has a small and it has a small as well. So if I apply VLOOKUP, it will be incorrect. Similarly, if I apply VLOOKUP on ID, it will also incorrect because each product has multiple prices. So how would I do that? In order to fetch the prices, please note, each product and each size is coming only one time in the reference table. It should not coming the multiple times, right? And usually it doesn't happen, it does not come multiple time. So in case if it's coming multiple time, what you can do, you can select this table like this. You can go on data, and here you can apply to remove duplicates. When you do the duplicates, it is asking you, okay, which of your column contain the values that I should look to find the duplicates, right? So I said I don't need a product name to be duplicated. I do not need a price to be duplicated. I said the product ID and the product size together should be coming one time. If I just select product ID, it's coming multiple time. It will remove the two other sizes. But I want each product contain each size at least one time and press. So you can see one product has been removed, right? Because it was coming multiple time. So now our data is totally unique, right? Then I go on order sheet, and now I will fetch the prices. How I can fetch the prices is very easy. Just press equal and type sum if, right? Since it's coming one time, if you sum them, it will always count one and it will always sum ones. So it's asking me what is the range. Okay, excuse me, we will not be using sum if because sum if consider only single criteria. We have to consider multiple criteria. So instead of sum if, I will apply the second one, sum ifs. Sum ifs will allow me to give the multiple criteria to find your values. So it's asking me, okay, which column you want to sum? I want to sum my this price. This price is only coming once against each size and each product. So if I sum, it will always give me the same answer, right? So it's just a trick to get the value from the with the multiple criteria. So you will freeze it, then press comma. It's asking me what is your criteria range. I said my first criteria is product ID. Then it's saying, okay, where is your criteria value? First criteria value. So my first criteria value is this. I selected this. Then again press comma. Now it's asking me for which one is your second criteria. I said my second criteria in the key sheet, which is the column size. And then I have 4 to freeze it, then press comma. Now it's asking me, okay, what is your criteria 2? I said my criteria 2 to be looked into the criteria column sheet is this. So now what will happen? We will sum the column D if we find the product ID in the column A and we find the column C into column C of the key sheet, right? If you find this size in the column C of the key sheet and if you find this product ID in the column A of the key sheet, we will sum all those values which are coming in the column D. That's what this formula means. Now press the close bracket and enter. It gives me the price, and you can see the product 1 and the size as the product 1 and the size has as 2500. The second one is 3000. So let's see what happens. So if I go here and if I drag and down my formulas till the last, so all my values has been fetched. Excuse me. So we have 3000, right? Okay, this value is coming 0. That means we do not have this reference. We do not have this reference. So product 3, and is it a large available? Let's see. So column 3, we do not have large available. That means our data is incomplete. So what we can do, it's very simple. We can insert a new line here. We can repeat all these values. We can complete our table. We can enter a large, and let's say the price is 4500. I go here. Now all the zeros are gone. This value is now 4500, right? Now based on that, we have, since we have the price and we already have the quantity, now we can find the total amount. So this multiply this, enter. So we have the total amount of 50,000. I can drag it down again till the last, right? I can reformat it further. Since they are my dollar values, I can select all of them and just go on home and apply dollar sign. I don't need 2 decimal. I can remove these 2 decimals from here. I can enlarge these columns, right? Now by looking at this table, I've just completed this table, but I am not able to see what is the total of my customers. There are 2 ways of doing it. The one way is the pivot table, which we already do. There is another way which I can do within the same table by applying some totals. How can I do that? What I need to do, I need to sort this data first. To make it visualize friendly, we have to sort this data. So we have to select all the table from start till the end. Then you will go on the top bar data sheet, right? And then you will click on sort. When you click on sort, then this window will pop up. Here what you need to do, you have to provide which columns should be used to sort the data. So we have to sort our data by the customer ID, not just customer ID. Inside that customer ID, I will do the add label, and I want to sort by the product ID, and not just product ID. I have a third criteria which will come beneath the product ID, and that is the size. So I have to sort by the customer ID, followed by product ID, and followed by the size. Then press OK. So you will notice that all the customers are in one line, right? And they are sequenced by their product ID, and they are further sequenced by their sizes. So now we have. So in order to find the total by the customer, right, we have to do one more step. Please note, this is not a good idea to show the total by the customer ID because it's not easy to remember. The easy to remember columns are the customer name and the product name. So we have to bring these columns into the first. So whichever column will be the first will be used to calculate our totals. So what you need to do, you will select this column, right click and cut. You will select the first column A and do right click and insert cut cells. So this column will come at the first position. Then I need the product name. Just right click and do cut and select column B and right click and insert cut cells. So now we have the product name, we have a customer name, we have a product name, and third column can be the product size. So I can simply right click and cut and select column C, right click and insert cut cells. So now we have product name, customer name, product name, and the size. And these two columns, which are the customer ID and the product ID, are just for the reference purpose. If you want to hide them, you can just right click and hide them too. So now this table in a more good position. We have to total by the John, right? So how we can do that? We have to select all the table again, right? What you need to do, I will go on again the data tab. In the data tab, I will go in the outline section. In the outline section, I'm seeing something which is called subtotal. When I click on subtotal, it is asking me, okay, what is your category? I said my category is the customer name. Okay, what function you want to apply? I want to sum all my customer name. Okay, I need the total of amount, sum by customer name, and I just press OK. As soon as I press OK, you will notice that some plus sign has come here and system has inserted the totals by the customer. You can see 1, 2, and 3. You can always either click this plus sign like that, or you can click this plus 2, right? So it is showing now. You can increase this and apply the border to the full, right? So what does it say is, okay, so the John total is this is the bill amount. For Mia bill is 651. For Amy, the 429 is a bill. And you can click if you want to see, okay, what Amy has ordered. You can just click the plus sign next to Amy and you'll be able to see the data of the Amy. If you want to see the total of the Joseph, you can simply click like that, and you can click this minus sign again to hide these information, and bottom gonna be your total. And if you want to hide all of them, you can just click this first. So now we have this total. We can drill. So basically now we are drilling down our information based on our category. So the first category is the main total. Then we have a category of each customer, and then we have the detail of each customer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any question. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like it, please do subscribe. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next video.